When approaching projects, there are two main frameworks that I have been told about or that have been presented to me. And one of them is to, when you commit to a project, to just fully commit to it until it's done and don't get distracted. And when it gets more difficult, just grind through it and just finish whatever you start. The other approach is to just work on the project that you are most interested in at that moment and then keep an archive of your projects so that whenever you finish one, you can just hop back into the other project that you were working on before. I think I'm going to try that approach. Previously, I think the problem was that I would work on projects, but I wouldn't have any kind of archive to actually hop back to a project afterwards. I would have some bits of code on my computer, and that's about it. But now that my projects are a mix of being on my computer, which is there, I won't cough yet, being on my computer and in my notebook and in cards in my antenna, it means that I have like a full-on archive of every single project that I work on. And so I think hopping back into it will be a lot easier when I have actual physical notes because I won't forget about the project. That's the other problem, was that I would start projects, work on them for a little bit, move to another project, and then when I finish that other project, I'd forget about all of my other projects because they're just folders on my desktop. I think having real physical relics of the project, the previous projects, means that whenever I finish like something, I can look back, see my progress on everything else, and then pick up where I last left off. And so I'm going to try it out. And there's something that I've been wanting to do for a little bit. I want to write a small book about my learning methods because one of the things that I do often is that I reach out to people and I talk with them. I think that's a skill that a lot of people, especially my age, lack. And so I think I'm going to write a quick book, and I started it here. I'm going to write a very small book about my learning framework and how I go about learning things in general. And I want to give myself a deadline for it because I don't want to just keep working on it until forever. And so I'm going to say that by the end of October, so October 31st, I will have completed the first draft of my book about learning frameworks. So I'm giving myself a little bit more than 30 days, around 40 days, to write, I say small book, so like 100 to 150 pages, which means I have a lot of writing to do and just a lot ahead of me. But that is how I enjoy working. And so that is my new project. I have decided I'm going to actually put my learning framework into words and concepts and put it into a 100-ish page